Hey Capricorn, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing a reading for the month of September. Just remember, this is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, totally okay. Just leave for those that need to hear right now and come back for the next month's reading. But try to take the information that I do give you and place it in a way that makes the most sense in your life, and I will explain what I mean by that when we're kind of going through the reading. But sometimes it's not the subject, sometimes it's the theme. It's a message that I want to get across and kind of just take that message. But I am going to say there are pretty much every sign right now. The energy that I'm getting is that things have been kind of like settled, not settled, but it is what it is, or maybe it is settled. And then something just happened either end of August, coming in September that has like shaken you up. It's neither good, neither bad, or is good or bad, but it kind of shook up your situation. And I'm getting very strongly that this is a test. This is a lesson. This is definitely a test to see if we can pass it. So let's just pass it, right? Because your universe wants to hand you something beautiful. It's something that you've been working towards, and the universe is asking, like, are you actually ready for this? Which is why the test is here. And she wants to give you this opportunity. This isn't like something out of spite. This is more of like, this is such a beautiful thing. And if you're actually not ready for it and you come into the situation and you fail, then that specific opportunity is gone. And like, it's just such a beautiful, precious thing that she just doesn't want you to fail. And I'm saying I'm talking about the universe. But let's go ahead and see what is going on September, because again, there's something that's shaken up. Let's see if maybe that's the lesson that's coming through. Let's go ahead. We have, that's a beautiful card. Stag, Spirit, take the lead. This is a really beautiful card. The artwork on this, I'm just so impressed by it. But take the lead. There, you are dimming your light. I feel like whether it be relationally, with your job, you're not really putting yourself forward in this. You're kind of like muting yourself. There's some kind of like sense of just, I don't know why, like becoming the wallpaper, like blending in with the wallpaper, the backdrop. I just don't see you trying to make any changes or moves. And I think that there's something to do with that in terms of your lesson for the month, in terms of you kind of going forward and getting this picture that you want for your future, this whatever you're manifesting, so the universe can hand it to you. But taking the lead, taking the reign, taking charge of your life, taking charge of the situation. You're not being true to yourself at the moment. For me, a lot of you guys, and again, like, this might not be everybody, and again, it's not your message, it's totally okay. There's some Capricorns that need to hear this right now. A lot of you guys are almost in a sense of like trying to make some kind of decision because you're struggling right now and you don't know what is right or wrong. And there's also a fear of like, well, if I did this, what happens? Like, and almost like a relationship. Let's just say for a relationship, like if you are in a relationship and you know that this is not meant for you, and like you have to put your foot down at some point. I think that's what this card also represents, like kind of putting your foot down. If you're in a relationship and you know it's not right and you kind of like want to get out, but you kind of go back and forth, and there's like a, well, if I leave, then like I won't be able to have the opportunity to be this person again, and someone else will get this person. And then it's like, okay, but if I stay, I'm like really unhappy. I'm just not getting anything out of this relationship anymore. And it's like this back and forth thing, and you have to take a lead, take a stand for yourself. Even if it's not to like lead the relationship, like you need to lead yourself out, if that makes sense. And it doesn't have to be, like, it could be a work thing too, you know? Oh, whoa. Okay, hang on. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, maybe those just fell out. That does not resonate with me. Okay. Sometimes I'm like, if they fall out, sometimes it means that I need to read it, but that was just so off base from what it just doesn't even feel energetically aligned with what I need to tell you right now. So, okay. Let's see. We have the orator, communication, confidence. I think you're yeah. Okay, guys. So there's two different scenarios here. I'm getting like maybe there's a work thing and the confidence and kind of being like, hey guys, I have an idea, like, or you know, even in friendship, like, hey guys, I have a different like opinion, like I want to do this instead. Or in a relationship, like there's something along with you not dimming your light, you being true to yourself and who you are and what you believe in and what you want to do with yourself, because this is your storyline, not no one else's, not anybody else's. My English teacher would watching this like, whoa, she's gonna be like, okay, I failed you. In my defense, I have another language. I'm Polish, so I have like that language bouncing in my head as well, so I'm just gonna blame it on that. But yeah, confidence. I think the confidence needs to be there. And I'm going to pivot this into like an interpersonal relationship with whatever situation that you have in hand. And maybe you are in a partnership, but the communication has to happen, and communicating your needs and communicating what it is you want. Because I think something is going to fail if you don't. And that is your lesson. I think if you don't speak up, take the lead, make a change, I think that something is going to break down and fail. And it's just the test of whether or not, like, maybe it does need a breakdown because it's just not meant for you, because you can't even be yourself. Or maybe you take the stand and there's a shift and a change and the dynamic changes and this is happy and this is the relationship and situation that you want. And so the universe is trying to kind of figure out like what it is that she's wanting to give you. And I think there's something more than wherever you are right now. There is something more for you, because right now you are not yourself. You are dimming your light and you're not taking a stand for what you believe in and who you are as a person. And you're allowing other people to change you, just like as like a backdrop, because you don't even realize that that's happening. But yeah, you're allowing other people to change you. And that's kind of like heartbreaking to hear, because like I think that, you know, you're a beautiful person and everyone should have the the pleasure? No. Everyone should have an opportunity to see that, like how beautiful you really are. And your true self. But let's go ahead, get some tarot cards out going here. Tarot card. I'm not doing good. What is going on with my brain? I'm gonna pull some tarot cards out, guys. I just, I never want to watch my own videos because I'm sure I sound like a crazed woman. That's beautiful. Let's leave that. I don't think that was supposed to be. We're gonna leave it, but let's get more cards here. Okay. So I'm gonna start with this. I have the sun here. Okay. I think a lot of you guys are, again, there's some kind of funky situation and your guys are showing you that like there is a rebirth happening here. So when there is a storm, after the storm, the sun always comes out, right? There is a sense of clarity that happens when you finally when you finally become yourself and finally put your like foot down. Man, I'm just gonna pull myself. I don't want this to be a love reading, but I'm gonna pull myself in the direction of there are a bunch of Capricorns that are in a relationship. And there's a fear, and that's probably why I had that comparison earlier. There is some kind of fear of what's going to happen when you walk away. And your guides are literally showing me this. I don't think this is you right now, but this is you after. After the fact, after you walk away. I don't see anything being toxic. I just see... Ooh, okay, hold on. I need to pull more cards here for a second. Hang on a second, because you know what? Let me do this deck, because I just want to get some like narrow down a certain situation here, because I feel like there's something coming through, and I just want to make sure I'm giving the right story out. Yeah, okay. You and this person and I'm just going to show you the cards. So we have the Strength card, the Magician in reverse, and the Five of Wands. You and this person, I feel like, are not toxic. I'm not getting toxicity. I am getting that the communication just isn't there, in terms of one has a more maturity in a communication style and the other person does not have maturity in communication style, and you can flip the script on who matches who. And I'm getting the sense that you guys have argue a lot, and it doesn't make sense why you're arguing, because the topics of argument isn't like bad, but you're just so unhappy with the back and forth of it being like, okay, like this isn't toxic, arguments are valid, but why is it an argument? And there's a mismatch. I'm getting like, so Six of Cups, King of Wands, Queen of Cups. This person does feel like home. And I think there's a situation where the communication, there has to be some kind of communication. There has to be you being able to be like, hey, this isn't working for me, and I need a change. And this is your test to finally put your foot down, because whatever that direction is, maybe you realize you're not good together. Maybe this person wakes up, but that is their lesson, and the ball is in their court on that. And whatever the scenario ends up being, just know that is leading to you finally being happy. Because if you communicate, like, what is the odd, like, how happy would you be? Like, you're in a crappy situation with your relationship, and you finally tell them how you feel, and they change. And now it's like, oh, why didn't I do this sooner? I just didn't want to hurt their feelings. Like, how beautiful is that? Or you realize that this person there is something that is showing me that there is no maturity level within this person. And I'm also getting a sense of that I feel like you guys are opposite signs, or your signs conflict. So if you look up, maybe like I would look up whatever their sign is versus Capricorn and see if you guys are even a match, if you guys are even compatible, because I feel like there's like a mismatch. I feel like, and this could be intertwined, I'm getting an energy of someone very emotional, someone that has the ability that has emotional maturity and is able to have these communications, have empathy, and be like, look, I understand your point of view, but I also have mine, and validating and like comforting their partner emotionally. And then there's other person who's just very fiery, very snappy, quick to making judgments and defensiveness, very passionate, and like kind of like speaking out of passion instead of being like, hey, let me empathize, let me hear you. And so like there's this like butting of heads, and it almost feels like a mismatch. And I just feel like that in itself, I just don't see you guys being the right match. And I feel like the communication's going to end to like some kind of rebirth where you can kind of like move on and go to the next chapter of your life, and but you have the realization and acceptance and closure after the communication, because there is a lot of fighting. There's definitely a lot of fighting within this, and it almost feels like defensiveness, and it doesn't make sense. And it's like, we're a team. Why are we being defensive? There's that kind of situation. And here we have the Strength card and the Magician here as well, and Magician in reverse. And that's just telling me like, you're not like, this isn't what you were manifesting, and it's like anti-manifesting. Like this, you manifested a person, this person came into your life, you think that this is the right person, or supposed to be the person that you were supposed to keep moving forward in life with, and it's not. And it's the reverse. So you're just like really pushing away and like delaying your actual person that's coming in. And I feel like you've been in a relationship with this person for a few months now. So it's not new, but it's not like really, like, I wouldn't say like a year has passed. Maybe it did for some of you guys, but it just seems newer. It seems like a younger relationship, but you've dedicated a lot of time and energy already to this person. And the strength that coming up is showing me like that you do, like, it's going to take a lot for you to speak up for yourself and be like, look, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I want to have, it's a scary thing to have this conversation with someone that you really care about because you don't know the outcome. And that's what the scary part of this is. But again, like, I don't think the arguing is worth like your sanity. And again, I don't see it being toxic. I just think that you guys clash. I just don't think that it's a mismatch. It's just you care about this person. This person is a good person, but they just were never meant for you. I think that's the reality of the situation that you're currently in. But if this message did resonate, definitely like and subscribe. Leave a comment so that people don't feel like they're alone, because I do want to build a community around this. I feel like that this is great to have that back and forth with people. But thank you guys for coming back. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.